Well, hello everybody. Here we are again in Amarillo. This is Kim, and I am a grandmother and a mother of littles. We have grown children and we have little baby children. I call them babies. Our youngest will be 4 in February, so I guess not babies anymore, but they're my babies. So we um, we decided to do these videos and kind of track our journey because we feel it's important, not only for us and for our kiddos, but also there's a lot of other grandparents out there that have started over, a lot of aunts and uncles and other people that have started later in life or, whatever the case may be. And so we want to kind of navigate our journey and share it with you. Because we can learn from you and you can learn from us. So comments are always welcome, and we would love to hear from y'all and see how how we can better our situation as well. So, but we want to share some of our journey with you, and some of it's great and some of it's not so great, and that's okay. So that's just part of life. And I just had a bunch of screaming kids down here, so I sent them upstairs. So we'll see how long it lasts. They may come down, and if so, it's going to be a really short video today. But I was thinking today about purpose in life, and that each and every one of us was created for a different purpose in life. And once you find your higher power, which I believe in God and Jesus Christ, they're mine, and everybody has their own thoughts and opinions, and we're not going to do that here, but I'm gonna base it off of mine. So mine is God, and mine is Jesus Christ. I believe wholly in that 100%. And I believe that we're all created different. We're all created equal but different, and that we all have a purpose in life. And our purpose changes throughout life. We have different things that we do and are called to do, and our journey is not a straight line. It's up and down and back and forth and whatever. So but we all have our purpose. And just like we all have 10 fingers, but they're all different. My fingers aren't like your fingers, and some of us don't have 10 fingers. Those of us who have 10 fingers or fingers, we have fingerprints, and all of our fingerprints are unique. No fingerprint is like anybody else's, right? Even identical twins are different. And so like our fingerprints are different, our purpose in life and what we're called to do is different and unique. And even though two people are married and become one, like Sergio and I got married and we become one, as much as we're alike, we're very different. And he's called to do different things than I am, and I'm called to do different things than he is. And he does not try to usurp or take over what I do, nor do I him. I feel like he has his role in the home and I have my role in the home, and it's working great for us. I mean, it just works really well for us. I feel like my role currently is to love and nurture the children and the grandchildren, and to run the household and to keep things running smoothly here, so that he can go and work and do conferences and study and be the pilot and the manly things that he wants to do. Does that mean that I can't go work? No, I can go work if I want to, but I don't want to. And I have plenty of work to do here in the home. And I feel like I don't need to try to take over his manly side of things, just like he doesn't feel like he needs to take over my womanly nurturing things that I do. I mean, he loves on the kids and plays with the kids and those sorts of things, but no, I mainly, and I'm not saying he never does this, but mainly I do the brushing of the teeth and the prayer time and the changing of diapers and the meals and the dishes and the things that are more nurturing. They sit with me on my lap, and a lot of loving and a lot of snuggling and a lot of those kinds of things. A lot of life lessons, like how to chew with our mouths closed, and how to have manners and pray before the meals, and all of those things come mostly from me, and he teaches them other things, and I love that. I mean, so far, man, it's been fabulous. When I was a young mother, I stayed home for a little bit with kiddos, but I was in that phase of life that I felt like I needed to work and bring in money, and it was constantly on my mind that we're broke, and if I would just get off my butt and go get a job and blah, 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 blah. And then you've got daycare, or you've got to work nights and he's got to work days. And it just brought so much chaos to everything. It was hard. It was hard to navigate that road for me. And I didn't know that staying home would ever work again for me, but it has. And as I've said before, we have 4 daughters from the age of 30 to 36, and we also have a son in there as well. And he'll be 45 in February, 35. Geez, I just added 10 years, Brandon. He'll be 35 in February. And we've had a lot of ups and downs with them as well as a combined family. And with us taking on our 3 youngest, which originally were grandchildren, and now are our children, right? And so there's been a lot of mixed emotions with the older kids. We had one that kind of thought they might be a better parent, you know, and take on that role. We had one that said, I'm not going to parent kids at the same time you're parenting kids. That's my role. We had another that's very receptive to it, but not at first. She's not really into babies that much, and she had a hard time with the communication between her sister, who is the biological mother, communicating with her and communicating with us. And there was a lot of back and forth there that she kind of kept her distance for a long time because it was just that uncomfortable of a situation. We had one that actually pumped her, she was breastfeeding babies simultaneously, same age. So she's got a son the same age as Giovanni, and she's got a daughter the same age as the girls. And so she was kind enough to pump, can you imagine this, and feed all 3 of our babies, and then we gave them Herbalife in addition to that. So they would always have the breast milk and the benefits of the breast milk, which was, I mean, I'll never be able to repay that. Especially for the brain development of these kids, and what they went through in utero was hostile, and to have the benefit then of good, healthy breast milk was just, I can't even explain it to you. So there's that. But has since kind of distanced herself because she, I think, also is in that phase of life. She's gone back to work, and she's got all those 30-year-old, you know, identity things going on, and mothering things and working things and all of that, which has kind of caused a little bit of pushback on her part currently. But I still have a great relationship with all of our grandchildren. Then we have the biological mother who, you know, just for whatever reason is not currently involved in anything that we do, and that's okay. I think that's the healthiest way to handle it for the moment. Not saying that that will be down the road, but right now that's the healthiest. And then I have a fabulous daughter-in-law that her name's Portia, and she is mommy to 2 of my grands and a 3rd one on the way. And again, it's a combined family, so biologically, one of those 3 is biologically related, and the other 2 are mine. They're my grandbabies, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts, and that causes a little bit of glitch with some of the children as well. I mean, it's very sad how some of this is received and perceived as we navigate through our years, you know, and we struggle through those 20s and 30s, as we all have, and I try to be as understanding as I can and say, you know, I was there too. Thank God I'm on the other side. Those were tough years. Those are tough years. It feels like you're clawing and scratching to just stay afloat, get ahead, feel like you fit in, feel like you belong, feel like you have purpose, feel like you're doing it right. You know, all of those things. It's just very hard to navigate. So in that, I'm just saying we all have our purpose, and I feel like mine is nurturing and loving, and the homestead and those sorts of things currently. And I also feel very blessed to have the opportunity to have a second younger family at this point, and to kind of do things a little bit different. We want to really show them a different side of life, and we want to create a lot of values in them that maybe we potentially should have worked harder on with some of our older kids. Just a little different parenting style is what we're doing. So that being said, I want to show you, I got this today, and this is one of those picture books I told y'all about before. You can find them on Facebook, you know, just, I don't know, it pops up on my timeline about this time of year. And this one is from Past Book, and there's so many of these, so I'm not promoting that one in particular. I have other books from other companies, but this one came today. It's rather thick, and it's all memories, and you can choose what year you want to start with. And we started before we even had the girls. So, I mean, and these are just pictures that I took and I posted on Facebook. Now, some of our kids have been kind of sharp about putting stuff out there, and don't put my kids out there. And so some of the pictures I have to make private or whatever, you know, only for me to see, but they still pop up so that I can have the narrative at the bottom. So you can see there's the year and the narrative at the bottom. And you can have your pictures in a book to document your journey, guys. Document your journey. It's a fabulous thing to do for you, because after being kind of ostracized a little bit by some of ours, I feel like there it is. See, I did take all of the grandkids here. We were all doing something, and there's Keegan and Daniel in there. You know, it was a party at the ice cream place, and we were all there. And whether or not they remember it or acknowledge it, it happened. And there it is in pictures for me to see, for them to see, for the grandkids to see when they come over. Some of these pictures here, like Giovanni with the girls when they were little. I mean, those are huge. The little pictures that you put that have sayings. Look at this, little girls. There's my twins, and there's Giovanni with Daddy. And those things are just really huge. And then there's pictures in here. I mean, I was looking earlier today. This is my niece, and she's helping Giovanni learn to walk in his Upsy. And more kid time and stroller time. I mean, we've gone on walks. We've gone to the swimming pool. We've done all kinds of fun things together as a family, and with the grandkids too. I mean, there's their, look at that. Aren't they just so sweet? And it's just fun to look. Who else in that picture? That's just the girls. Let me see. I have pictures that have so many of the grandkids, and on this one we just went and took pictures. We had professional pictures done, which was awesome. But it shows that I've had those grandkids, that we have played, that we have had fun, that we've gone out to eat. And this is on my back patio at another home. There they all are in my golf cart. I mean, we've played. We've played, we've had fun. We've gone to church together. You know, I've gotten to keep them overnight, and I take them to church together. I take them shopping, grocery shopping, wherever we go, they go. I treat them just like like I would treat these littles that I'm raising. And I hate that there's some kind of whatever's going on, friction, whatever, but I love that I have documented proof in a picture book. And you know, it's one thing to have them on my phone, all the pictures on my phone, but nobody ever sees them. And when they come over, do you know how much the grandkids like to see their pictures in the picture book? And you can say, oh, that's when we went here, or we did that, or that's right before we went to church on such and such time, and it's all, you know, the little comments are below and the dates and everything, and they love it. They love to see it, and I love to see them look at the memories that we've made together. And I know no one can take that away, and no one can change that. And you just got to have that positive attitude. Pray, 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 guys. Pray for your family every day. Pray for your children. Pray that God just softens their hearts and shows them the way. And the main thing is pray for their souls. You know, pray for their souls. That's the main thing. And everything else, see, it'll make me tear up a little bit. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to change a little bit, change my direction. Everything else will fall into place. If you just pray for your children, and I mean pray for them every day, and pray for their souls, pray for God to enlighten them and to soften their hearts, and pray for their successes, you know, and pray for their children and your grandchildren and your future descendants, that they seek to know God, love God, do God's will. Those are the important things, and everything else will fall into place if you just keep marching forward and have a positive attitude. And remember, you have a purpose. What is your purpose? What were you created for? What is your purpose today? It may not be the same as your purpose yesterday or your purpose tomorrow, but remember, you were created for greatness and for a purpose and to do God's work. So pray that you do that every day. Pray that that's what you're doing, and that He keeps you on His path and not your path. And I just noticed this thing is right here. This is part of Giovanni's remote control. Look, it looks like I'm talking into a microphone. So stupid. Anyway, you guys have a fabulous rest of your day. I hear my crew getting a little antsy upstairs. I'm gonna finish my coffee and go upstairs, spend a little time with my babies and get on with our day. I've enjoyed this little talk at you. I can't call it a chat because it's not interactive at this point, but it will be soon. Anyway, you guys have a fabulous rest of your day, friends, and we will talk to you on the next video. Bye, everybody.